Hi everyone. Tonight we are going to be making pepperoni pizza. But for our crust, we are not using a traditional store-bought one made with traditional flours or even cauliflower. We are going to be making our crust out of what's called a fathead dough, and then we are going to par bake it, which is a partial bake, and then we will finish it off with our toppings. I will tell you right now, the oven is preheating at 425. If you have a pizza stone, put it in during this time. I have a pizza stone. If you have a round metal pizza pan, leave it out and you'll just do it at the time that you need to bake. But if you have a stone, you need to get the stone hot ahead of time. If not, don't worry about it, just use your metal pan. Okay, what I have done is I have taken 2 cups of mozzarella and 2 tablespoons of cream cheese, and I have melted it in the fridge. And then in another bowl, I have taken 3/4 of a cup of almond flour, 1 teaspoon of Italian seasoning, and that's all that it asked for. I added 3/4 of a teaspoon of baking powder. Here's why. I've read a few different recipes. If you want it to be a thin crust, don't do the baking powder. If you want it to be like a deep dish, you can go all the way up to 2 teaspoons. So I kind of wanted mine in the middle, kind of just like a natural rise. So I did about 3/4 of a teaspoon to give it a little bit of rise while it's cooking. So now we're gonna put them together. Oh, and 1 egg. I forgot about the egg. So at this time, I have the mozzarella and the cream cheese nice and gooey here. We need to liquefy it a little bit, so I'm just gonna really quickly whisk this up. It's just 1 egg. We're pouring this in. I love making bagels with a fathead dough, so this is a lot of what I do. I don't get the egg fully in. I don't know how well you can see that, but I get it mostly in. You just gotta start getting it moist. And then this is where it takes work, and you just work on incorporating it. And sometimes you've got to get your hands a little dirty. We will see. But hopefully, I'm trying to do it like this. You can see that the crust is coming together really well. There's no yeast, nothing like that added to this. The baking powder is going to be what makes it rise. Since I chose to add it, like I said, no baking powder, thin crust, teaspoon-ish, kind of your natural rise, and then up to 2 teaspoons if you want it more deep dish-like. Now, it's not completely mixed in there. Little trick, olive oil spray. And then just don't be afraid to knead those hands and make it appear as one uniformed crust. So I'm going to get this all kneaded up, and then when we come back, we're going to turn it into a pizza crust and start to get it into the oven. See you in just a moment. Okay, so now the dough is ready. Let's go ahead and turn it into a crust. I have a piece of parchment here. I've lightly olive oiled it. You don't have to. I just want to help with the stickiness. And I'm gonna flatten it just a little bit ahead of time. The goal is about a 12-inch crust. This other one I have also lightly sprayed, going on top. And using a rolling pin, we are going to press and try to get ourselves as close, doesn't have to be perfect, to a 12-inch pizza as possible. You might have to move some of the dough around a little bit in there just to kind of help get that shape that you want. It's almost there. I'm actually getting ready to lift it just so you can kind of see, because I can see where I need to place, and it's not bad. Not bad at all. So there's a little crevice here. There's a little extra on the sides. Fathead dough is very malleable. So this is when I just kind of get a little creative. And we just start making it look like a circle. Easy as that. So at this time, I need to get the pan out. It's gonna be super hot. I should have thought about a place to put it. Let me just move this off to the side. I'm gonna put the pan here. Let me not. There we go. I don't feel like burning anything today. All right. So like I said, I'm using a stone. If you're using a metal pan, ignore this step. All I'm doing is I'm placing the parchment directly on. I'm grabbing a pair of scissors, sorry I'm walking away, and I'm trimming really quickly, just around the circle. Does not have to be perfect, guys. It's parchment paper. Okay, so it is on the stone. I'm gonna slide it over just a smidge. There we go. Back in the oven, and then I'll raise this and I'll tell you how long I'm cooking it for and what the next step will be when we come back together. All right. So at this time, we're baking the pizza for 10 minutes. I'm gonna start checking mine at about 6 or 7. You wanna just go until it's lightly golden. That's it. And we will take it out. While it is baking, I have a 1/4 measuring cup and I'm just gonna stack them full of pepperonis. So that, and I have a 1/3 that I'm gonna stack, or I'm just gonna lay some sugar-free marinara sauce, make sure it's sugar-free. And then I'm gonna go get a small bowl, 1½ cups of mozzarella. That's all we need when we come back. When I take it out of the oven, I will slide the par-baked, the half-baked crust onto the pan, and it will finish directly on the pan with the topping. So we'll be back to top the pizza. All right, so the pizza crust is out of the oven. Looks great, and I've gone ahead and removed the parchment paper so we can see what it looks like. I have a 1/4 cup of pepperonis. I have 1½ cup of shredded mozzarella and 1/3 cup of no sugar added marinara sauce. All right, here we go. Looking good. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're just gonna go ahead and pour. If you've got like a basting brush, that would really help, or this, probably the back of the spoon would be fine too. And we're just gonna move it around, make sure that we've got sauce everywhere, except for the outside edges. That's why I like these brushes. It gets them pretty even. These you'll find like in the grilling section for people who base things when they're on their outdoor grill. This is my husband's, I'll be totally honest, but I found that I use it a lot for stuff like this. And then you got that nice even sauce. I'm gonna go stick this in the sink. Then 1½ cups of cheese, so it's gonna be very cheesy. Just kind of putting that around. Even if you get a little on the edges, I kind of like the crispy cheese edge, so I don't mind if a little bit gets on the edge. Some people like theirs to be perfectly in the middle. It's looking good, guys. Looking yummy. Who says you can't have pizza, huh? Massage. And then last but not least, that's pretty even, we will add, now a quarter of a cup of pepperonis, but I don't know if you can tell, that's like a lot of pepperoni. I have a feeling we're not gonna have very much room to really see much. Okay, here we go. I'm just kind of going around. That's like a half a piece. I want perfect circles. I'm just going around it. Let's see here. I might not even be able to use up all of it. I'm like trying to get my entire quarter of a cup in here. Look at that, guys. I still have like 3 pieces. I'm gonna make it fit. I'm gonna make it fit. Time to squeeze, get creative, right? Here we go. Whew, I made it. That is a pepperoni pizza. So at this time, it goes back in anywhere from 8 to 10 minutes, basically, when this is melted. So everybody's oven is different. When this is melted, it is good to go. Let me put this in. Alrighty, and then really quickly, and I will show you the finished product. It's gonna be amazing. Just wanted to let you know it makes 8 pieces of pizza. Each one is 235 calories. So we have 600-ish calorie meals. So that's 2 pieces of pizza for us and a side salad. So we'll get our veggies in that way, and we'll put a healthy fat. We'll do like a ranch dressing or an Olive Garden Italian dressing, and it'll be great. So 235 calories with 19 grams of total fat. Looking for the protein before I go to the next one. 18 grams of protein, which is great. Total carbs is 4, if counting total carbs. Fibers 2, so if you subtract the 2 from the 4, net carbs is only 2 net carbs per slice. Really great, and it'll be a traditional tasting pepperoni pizza. So I'll see you when we're ready to plate it up. As you can see, that is some pretty amazing looking pizza, and it tastes just as good. Enjoy a wonderful pizza. You can have it on a low carb life. So enjoy it. Just have some veggies on the side. All right, until next time. Bye.